Here's their introduction. Patrick Duhaney was hired as the Virginia Beach City Manager in 2020. Since then, he spearheaded a new wave of data-driven leadership with the introduction of an enterprise-wide performance-based program. He has streamlined organizational structure and has enhanced operational efficiency to better align departmental initiatives with City Council goals. Patrick holds a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Urban Studies from Cleveland State University and a Master's in Community Planning from the University of Cincinnati. He is a graduate of Urban League's African American Leadership Development Program. Mayor Dyer was sworn in 2018 as Mayor of Virginia Beach. He represented the Centerville District on City Council for 14 years. Mayor Dyer served in the U.S. Marine Corps from 1968 to 1972 and is the first veteran elected as mayor. He is proud of our service to our country and how that helps him relate to our many military service members and their families. He earned a bachelor's degree in physical therapy from St. Louis University, a master's in public administration from Fairleigh Dickinson University, and his PhD in organizational leadership from Regent University. He is a practitioner in residence in the School of Government at Regent University. Mayor Dyer and his wife Trish have 2 children, 5 grandchildren. Now, before we get started, we need to take you somewhere special in our city.
My name is Melena Robinson from the Salem High School Visual and Performing Arts Academy, and I just envisioned our new Virginia Beach Trail all the way to the People's Park at Rudy Loop. Thank you all for coming today to hear more about the vision for Virginia Beach, what our leaders are focused on, and the plan for future generations like me. Please welcome to the stage Mayor Bobby Dyer and City Manager Patrick Duhaney.
Hey, wasn't that great? Melena, I tell you, way to go. What a way to start off. And how about that national anthem from Blackstreet? You know, it's nice to know with Melena that we see the future of Virginia Beach being so bright. Like I always say, no mayor does any of this work on his or her own. Since we all came together back in the 2024 State of the City, I always look forward to this event every year, especially since I can now share the stage with young talent like that. And Patrick, our city manager. Yeah, let's hear it. Since we came together here, a lot has happened in our beautiful city, in this convention center, and thank you all so much for being here. So much work has been accomplished for our residents, our businesses, and the region. The Virginia Beach Trail is one of many highlights that we get to share today because we've been busy. It's been quite the journey the last 12 months, hasn't it, Patrick?
Absolutely, Mayor, and a welcome journey for sure. I would say the City of Virginia Beach is on a deliberate journey to ensure that operations and efforts are strategic and focused. The city's new Focus Action Plan translates City Council's vision and goals into a plan of action that helps me guide a municipal organization's focus, its work, and its resources. Today, we want to communicate that plan more broadly with you and to share our efforts to date.
Today, with my 10 City Council colleagues, each representing unique districts across our great city, our Focus Action Plan covers 3 overarching key focus areas: govern, envision, and invigorate. That helps us leaders to be transparent about our goals, focused in our efforts, and accountable to the results.
This plan was a great collaboration led by the City Council's vision and direction, along with the input and suggestions from the community that we gathered from a number of surveys throughout the year, our discussions with our residents, and the contributions from our talented city staff.
In Virginia Beach, as in most cities and towns, our elected officials have the main responsibility to govern and to govern well. To do that, our leaders must listen to and understand the people of our city while using our resources in the most effective way. They must provide direction for our citizens, which means understanding all of the many assets and resources we have. That also requires a plan for the community engagement, and we are focused on just such a plan. Here are the highlights.
Budget schedule improvements. Joint budget forecasting sessions with VB schools. Financial debt planning workshops. Comprehensive organizational grant process study. Festival and events return on investment review. Legislative agenda item request process. Tourism investment program funding eligibility and use. Enhanced civic engagement. Employee recruitment and retention. Employee communication and recognition. Organizational culture of improvement. Future plans for city-owned assets. Optimizing the city fleet. Facilities inventory asset report. Return city employees to municipal campus. New police department headquarters.
One aspect of a city this large with so many demands is the amount of planning needed to govern and respond quickly. And our emergency management and public safety teams understand the most of what it means to be prepared and to respond quickly. On April 30th, 2023, minutes after something in the water closed early due to a severe weather warning, a tornado touched down in the Great Neck neighborhood. Within minutes of touching down, we were taking action. It was a frightening and dangerous incident. Fortunately, there were no deaths and few serious injuries to the residents, even though the physical damage to the homes and property was immense. Once again, we saw our public safety professionals respond in a timely manner and take important steps to help others during a very stressful weather event.
Continuing on our public safety efforts, Emergency Medical Services celebrated their 50th anniversary of the Emergency Coronary Care Program, the first volunteer pre-hospital advanced life support program in the nation and the first cardiac tech program in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Not only that, but we also learned this year that EMS had an unbelievable sudden cardiac arrest survival rate of 51.2%. To emphasize, To emphasize how eyebrow raising that is, it was 29% in 2021 and 39% in 2022. The average rate across the entire United States is 31%. Congratulations to our VB Rescue members, volunteers, and career staff. Our city's fire department also had another successful year, beginning with 56 new firefighters graduating from their academy and joining the force. They launched the newly developed Rapid Dive Training Program and responded to more than 40,000 calls for services. Together, our fire department and our EMS opened a new facility in Burton Station, Station 22, to better serve that part of our city.
Our police and dispatch teams continue to work hard in protecting our city and responding to emergencies. In 2024, we're opening the Real-Time Crime Center and the Emergency Communications and Citizen Services Watch Desk to expand around-the-clock monitoring and response. We are pleased to share that. Violent crimes are down 6.4% compared to 2022. Property crimes were down 7% compared to 2022. Larcenies, motor vehicles down 36%, and thefts of motor vehicles are down 24% compared to 2022, the lowest number in all those 4 years. Virginia Beach had the lowest homicide rates per 100,000 residents when compared to several cities our size. Citywide vehicle crashes were down 6%. Thank you, police.
The first precinct recently moved into what was formerly Building 2, but is now renamed as Building 11. It is an impressive building with all the latest in technology and equipment to help our officers do their demanding work safely and efficiently. We continue to acknowledge the sensitivity of what was Building 2, as the tragedy of 531 and its aftermath is still with so many of us. The City Council created 531 Commission has been meeting and working for quite some time, and last spring, City Council funded and approved the memorial design, and work has begun. Quoting the architect of the memorial, the ripple effects of May 31st, 2019 impacted friends, loved ones, colleagues, communities, our city, and our country. The process and path of healing and reflection is different for everyone. Inside the memorial grounds, these varied paths allow the memorial to be experienced by visitors at their own pace, in their own time, and in their own way to heal, reflect, and to remember. When completed, this memorial will be a thoughtful and lovely place on our municipal campus where everyone can reflect and remember.
We had some musical chairs on both City Council and the Sheriff's Office this year. With the retirement of Ken Stolley as our sheriff, Rocky Holcomb, who represented District 1 on City Council, stepped down from the council, but stepped up to serving as our new sheriff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As much as I hated losing Rocky on council, he was the perfect choice to step into the sheriff's office. Just like Ken, Rocky has made strengthening the partnership between the sheriff's department and the police department a priority. One of the most important steps has been the sheriff's commitment to have his deputies at the oceanfront throughout the summer during special events to increase the police department's coverage. As part of that, he bolsters his city's law enforcement training by having them go through the police academy. Before I go any further, I just want to say a word or two about Ken Stolley. Ken has been a dedicated part of our city for over 40 years. He started as a rookie police officer patrolling our streets and later read law and earned his law license. While practicing law, he served in the Virginia General Assembly, representing Virginia's 7th Senate District. He left the Senate after serving 18 years and was elected sheriff in Virginia Beach in 2010. Throughout his entire career, Ken has faithfully, with fairness and integrity, served the people of Virginia Beach. It was a pleasure working with him. And while we will miss him, we will wish him very best in his retirement. Let's hear it for Ken Stolle, please. And Rocky. Speaking of missing valuable leaders, we'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge a couple of major figures who, over the years in Virginia Beach, passed away in 2023. Dr. Clancy Holland, everybody knew him as Clancy. That's how he was known, passed on Veterans Day last November. Clancy dedicated years of his life to this city, first as a city council member and later mayor, as well as a state senator representing Virginia Beach in the General Assembly for 12 years. It's also worth mentioning that Clancy was a leader and a prime mover in helping us bring Lake Gaskin Pipeline right here to Virginia Beach back in the 90s. Not only did he spend years as a public servant for Virginia Beach, but he was well known and a respected physician for over 60 years in our community, continuing to help citizens of Virginia Beach every day. We lost another leader this past year with the passing of Reverend Dr. Pat Robertson. Dr. Robertson had a full and high-profile career in both religion and as a minister and in politics. He gave back to the community in many ways, but no more important than the establishment of Regent University right here in Virginia Beach. Starting off as a small four-year college, Dr. Robertson worked to make it well-known and a respected institution, eventually adding a law school that has shaped many of our best legal minds and political leaders, and a communications program that is known throughout the country for its excellence. Both of these men were true leaders, an integral part of our lives and our future. They left an indelible mark on our city, and we will miss them.
Increased community engagement was a key council priority coming out of the first council retreat. With the new 10-1 election system receiving 81% support from residents, communicating with each district's constituents has become more important than ever. As part of that, SpeakUpVB.com has allowed residents to chime in and offer their opinion on several key city issues and opportunities, like the future of the Rudy Loop Park, our plans for electric vehicle charging stations, the 531 Remembrance Memorial design concepts, the 10-1 election system, the state of recycling in Virginia Beach, how the city should use its opioid abatement funds, the city's transportation plan, which is active right now, and also how should the city address homelessness. Our city council members are holding community forums and meetings in their districts that allow residents to hear updates on projects, ask questions of the council member, and be more informed about city issues. We want our residents to continue to interact with their local government and be involved in policy development and decision-making. The mayor, city council, and I want to thank those who take the time to participate in these public engagement efforts, and there will be plenty more opportunities ahead.
While we may not like to brag, this is a day to do so if we are. So Patrick, let's take a moment to look back at some of the recognitions of the City of Virginia Beach received in 2023, and also some of the reasons why Virginia Beach continues to stand out when compared to other U.S. cities. Virginia Beach is ranked the third safest large city with a $773 crime cost per capita.
Virginia Beach was named the fourth best city for veterans and their families.
And wedding bells are ringing here. Virginia Beach ranks fifth best large city for newlyweds.
Virginia Beach was recognized as one of the top 100 places in the country to live.
Forbes includes Virginia Beach among one of the most top choices for high-quality retirement living at an affordable price.
We're also the fourth hardest working large city, and I know our 7,000 plus employees are hardworking, and I'm thankful for that every day.
We're the fifth best city for persons with disabilities.
We were ranked the 19th best city to raise a family based on factors such as playgrounds per capita, pediatricians per capita, and our high school graduation rates.
22nd best run city with the third highest ranking for quality of city services. Great job, city staff. Thank you.
91% of our residents rate the quality of life in Virginia Beach as either excellent or good. Great job, Mayor and City Council.
As we know, we cannot move forward or achieve progress if we have no plan, no map, no blueprint to follow. As a large part of governing and developing a vision for the city and its residents, that means planning for a responsibly built environment that protects and preserves the natural resources of our city. By doing so, we are ensuring that we have a community that allows for sustainable growth. That means our city leaders are focused on a plan to envision what our future can look like. Let's take a look.
2040 Comprehensive Plan. Reviewing strategic growth areas. Zoning ordinance review to preserve neighborhood integrity. Developing community engagement toolkit for land use initiatives. Develop a comprehensive list of undesignated and designated city-owned property. Increasing community awareness of the benefits of infill and redevelopment. Identifying areas for potential infill and redevelopment. Improving the permit application process to streamline customer experiences. Virginia Beach Housing Study. Exploring affordable housing funding options. Streamlining for the development of affordable housing. Exploring state legislation opportunities to support development of affordable housing. Increasing community understanding of the need for affordable housing. Community of One Plan, making homelessness rare, brief, and non-recurring. Flood Protection Program.
In November 2021, Virginia Beach voters overwhelmingly supported a $500 million resiliency package for several key flood protection initiatives to include drainage improvements, tide gates, pump stations, and flood gap barriers throughout the city. And to be clear, we did not raise the tax rate, even though 73% of the voters authorized us to do so. City Council absorbed these costs. I'd like to thank the Volunteer Community Oversight Board for their time and assistance with this huge project.
Over the past 12 months, the city's flood protection program, the Ripple Effect, has made significant progress towards a flood-resilient future. The city just awarded its first progressive design-build project for the Windsor Woods, Princess Anne, and the Lakes area. The construction of the Windsor Woods Tide Gate has been ongoing for a year and has reached just over 30% completion. In 2023, 3 construction projects were finished, while 3 more have started. We are not hiding from the fact that these important flood protection projects are now coming in more than double the estimated cost due to inflation and the cost of construction materials. This will definitely play a significant role in our future budget decisions, but we remain committed to this major resiliency effort.
Our City Council has said repeatedly over the years how one of the highest priorities, in addition to flood protection, was to increase educational opportunities, especially as that help us prepare for the rapid changes in technology. The city has worked with all of our educational institutions in 2023 in some capacity. At Virginia Wesleyan University, they developed a partnership with the Virginia Beach Public Schools focused on teacher education and licensure. Virginia Wesleyan and the city's Economic Development Department also work together to produce talent and workforce development. to the Virginia Beach residents at no cost. With the police department, Wesleyan formed a partnership to develop credit for experience pathways and courses that provide quicker, more cost-effective four-year college degrees for officer. They are currently developing a similar partnership with the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office.
As data science jobs continue to grow in our city, we recognize and understand the need and great importance of having an educated workforce that is prepared to take these jobs. Because of that, we have consistently made a focused effort over the years to work with partners who bring significant projects and ideas to the table. Working with Old Dominion University, we are bringing a real jewel to the table, the Institute of Data Science and the Coastal Virginia Center for Cyber Innovation. Stationed at Town Center, this program provides a specific place where students can access state-of-the-art labs and the best possible data science education that you will find anywhere. With the rapidly changing ways that we do business in the 21st century, it is essential that we embrace the data-informed innovations that enhance economic development and foster commercializations. Those who fail to do so will quickly find that they're falling behind. This also gives us one more tool in our economic development toolbox that helps us attract new businesses to the city and our great region. With this latest step, ODU continues to burnish its reputation as one of the top research institutions in Virginia and on the East Coast. I believe the working partnership we have developed with Virginia Wesleyan and ODU are providing a strong foundation that will benefit our citizens of all ages and also will make our city stronger. I have a grateful thank you to extend to President Dr. Scott Miller with Virginia Wesleyan and also President Dr. Hemphill with Old Dominion. Thank you for your leadership.
I need not remind anyone of the importance of the Navy to our city and the region and how much we appreciate them. As I said countless times over the years, the Navy is part of the DNA of Virginia Beach, and that is absolutely true. This year makes 81 years since Oceana was commissioned in August of 1943, and over that time, it has become a jewel in our city's crown. Everybody's favorite, the air show in September, drew over 300,000 plus and 6,000 public school students. Also, a big congratulations to Navy Region Mid-Atlantic Fire and Emergency Services District 3 Fire Department, who was named the Navy's Fire Department of the Year, and their fire chief, Cedric Patterson, as Fire Chief of the Year. The importance of the Navy in our community is indelible and vital to the future prosperity of Virginia Beach.
In 2017, Virginia Beach began its initiative to turn our region into the next digital port with the announcement of the arrival of the transatlantic subsea cables at our oceanfront. Their arrival created many discussions about how our city and region could take advantage of these assets as it relates to economic development opportunities for our community. In 2019, the City of Virginia Beach, along with other communities in Hampton Roads, passed a resolution to create the Southside Network Authority, whose mission is to use the power of the subsea cables and turn our region into a true digital port. In 2020, the authority put out solicitations to build and operate the Regional Connectivity Ring, a 119-mile fiber optic backbone network that links all 5 Southside cities in Hampton Roads. Global Links, a locally owned and operated business in Virginia Beach, began building the infrastructure needed to add these cables. With this, Global Links cable landing infrastructure and its potential to add the additional 4 subsea cables, the total number of cables that will land in Virginia Beach will be 7. In addition, the Southside Network Authority has signed a comprehensive agreement for a public-private partnership with Global Technical Systems, GTS, for the operations and maintenance and marketing of the Regional Connectivity Ring.
Not only does this ensure that our city has the most up-to-date infrastructure in the country, with the newest fiber optic network that will attract and retain businesses and residents. But it means that Virginia Beach will be soon poised to host the most subsea cables in one location on the eastern seaboard, a huge attraction for Fortune 500 companies. I'd like to thank Rosemary Wilson and former council member Ben Davenport for their steadfast leadership in the Southside Network Authority that helped get us to where we are today.
Speaking of top players in the digital world, the Center for Digital Government unveiled its 2023 Digital City Survey winners, and Virginia Beach, once again, has maintained a position among the top 5 cities in our population category as it relates to digital technologies that we use for operating our local government. This ties in well with our overall plan for digital technology.
It's important to realize that we point out how companies such as DroneUp, Chorus Intelligence, Doma Technologies, and the ODU Data Science Center, among many others, are advancing the digital industry for our community and state. Many of these projects illustrate the symbolic relationship between cities, educational institutions, businesses, and a broad cross-section of residents. With the assistance and generous resources provided to us, along with the hard work of our city's economic development leaders, Virginia Beach is able to continue on its rapid trajectory of becoming a leader and a player in the world of digital technology.
Wind energy has been on the forefront of our agenda the last few years, including working with Dominion Energy. City leaders continue to see growth in companies who choose to establish a presence here in Virginia Beach to serve the growing offshore wind industry, such as the Corel Group and Dyer. In 2023, Dyer, a leading service provider in the maritime, defense, and offshore renewable industries, announced their decision to open a mid-Atlantic base in Virginia Beach, creating 40 high-wage jobs in a range of advanced technical capabilities. They will work with companies like Dominion Energy to focus on bringing offshore wind energy safely to the Commonwealth. To say we have had a great year when it comes to economic development is truly an understatement. We have seen phenomenal growth in several sectors of our business community while bringing new ventures to our city. In June, we were proud to announce that ZIM, American Integrated Shipping Services, a global container shipping company based in Israel, was relocating their corporate headquarters to Virginia Beach. The company operates in more than 90 countries with customers at more than 300 ports worldwide. Their move to Town Center is a $30 million investment in our city.
Doma Technologies was founded in Virginia Beach back in 2000 as one of the first cloud-based document management companies that realized the need for a holistic approach to document management and emergency cloud technology. This year, Doma Technology, working with the Virginia Jobs Investment Programs, will provide training and funding that will mean over 300 new jobs right here in Virginia Beach.
Chorus Intelligence, a British cybersecurity software company, initially came to our city and located as one of the first firms in our international business incubator. Their reach has been at the federal, state, and local level in states all across the U.S. as well as in Europe. Because of their strong growth, they have moved their operations from our incubator to a new office in the Town Center in 2023.
In one of the most exciting retail announcements in Hampton Roads region, Lego made news by choosing Town Center last year for their latest store. This is only their third location in Virginia and the only store in Hampton Roads. Since they opened the store on Central Park Avenue in November, they have been doing a gangbuster business.
We started off this year with KPMG announcing their plans to move to the Armada Hoffler Tower. They will occupy just over 13,000 square feet of office space. With KPMG's announcement, the Armada Hoffler Tower is now 98% leased. This is an amazing feat in the post-COVID world.
Acoustical sheet metal a company that manufactures sound-reducing and weather-protective enclosures for power generation equipment used in the data center industry and hospitals and other critical facilities, showed their growth this year. After huge growth since 2020, they completed phase 2 in 2023 with a larger footprint than anticipated. They employ over 400 workers and continue to grow and prosper right here in Virginia Beach.
First, let me say the word Amazon, and please raise your hand if you think of anything else besides the business model that has dominated the marketplace for the last few years. It's no secret how much Amazon has become such a major part of their American life because of the way they have changed the marketplace. In September, the city broke ground off of Dam Neck Road, where Amazon will be building 2 state-of-the-art facilities, a robotics fulfillment center and a last mile delivery station. The delivery station is expected to come to fruition in 2024, right in time for the holidays, and the 650,000 square foot robotics fulfillment center will be ready for business in 2025. This welcome addition to our community will add 2,000 new jobs. I believe we all see Amazon's expanding footprint impacting economic growth in the Commonwealth and also in our nation, and Virginia Beach is very glad to be a part of that as well.
One of the companies I spoke of last year is continuing to grow. Grown Up is a success story of a small business with a vision, ambition, and determination. Much to my delight, they recently began making deliveries for Walmart in some locations and predict that the service will grow very rapidly. And let's take a look.
Every day is a great day to be in Virginia Beach. No, I used that last year. I gotta write something better. But first, coffee. Oh, really? I mean, really? Aha!
Looks like somebody needs their caffeine fix.
I'm on it. Oh, come on already. Talk about elevating your caffeine. Wow. Yeah! Let's get it on! You know, in Virginia Beach, we just don't talk about high-flying ideas. We deliver them. Good.
Hey, Patrick, coffee break is over. And folks, if you don't mind, can we give a shout out to my wife, Trish, who came up with this idea? I really enjoyed making that video, and thank everybody who helped. And I'll tell you what, it was a lot of creative suggestions, and it was a lot of fun, but once again, it highlights a great company that started right here and is growing leaps and bounds. What does it make it feel like for a city to be truly invigorated and not just by coffee? In our city, it means embrace what ensures the well-being of all of our community. And we do that by ensuring a clean, inspiring environment, a vibrant environment, where all residents and guests feel safe, and where they have access to service and amenities that provide a high quality of life. We can do that, and we are focused on a plan. Let's take a look at these city initiatives.
Hope Initiative, helping our people excel. Mental health services and initiatives. Awareness of Department of Human Services. Mobile Crisis Co-Responder Team. Integrated Behavioral Health Services in Schools. Wellness through Park Programs. Human Services and Emergency Communications Behavioral Health Clinician Partnership for 911 calls. Feedback on opioid treatment services. Aging in Place Pilot Program. Developing District Identities. Creative Placemaking. Community-based revitalization. Enhanced distribution of the arts. Funding support for cultural arts. Parks and recreation funding. Potential future bond referendum for trails and recreation centers. Rudy Loop Park. Health and cancer screenings for Good Friday Miracle first responders. Emergency preparedness. Law Enforcement Training Academy location study. Public safety efforts. Evaluating ECCS backup sites to ensure resiliency. Equitable maintenance and landscaping services.
We are welcoming more than 13.6 million visitors to our city each year. And to do that well, it takes a great collaboration and tremendous planning with our valued tourism partners. In 2022, expenditures by visitors amounted to $2.4 billion, which was an increase of $300 million compared to the previous year, and a striking $460 million increase from the 2019 spending levels. When you factor in both the indirect and induced effects to those same numbers, the total amount that was generated by tourism was $3.7 billion in economic impact in 2022. This economic ripple funded more than 32,000 jobs, roughly 20% of all jobs in the city. In addition, tourism spending brought in $324 million in state and local taxes to the Commonwealth and also to the city coffers.
Out of that same $2.4 billion spent by visitors, food and beverage took the lead in spending, with over $1 billion being spent. Our tourism partners continue to provide excellent hospitality to our guests, whether they're here for sports, business, or leisure. Festivals played a large part in our local economy in 2023 as well. A recent economic impact study of 8 major festivals showed a combined impact of $94 million that came to the city from a $4.2 million investment by the city. And while we host them now, we also prepare for the return trip to new experiences in the future, like Atlantic Park. We know visitors like to return to our city year after year to enjoy the life we as locals live every day. Having new experiences and things to do is key. That's why we're so excited about the progress of the Atlantic Park project. The cranes and concrete are currently towering over the horizon at 18th and 20th Streets at the Virginia Beach oceanfront. When completed, Atlantic Park will be a multi-venue entertainment complex, including a wave garden surf park, retail, residential, and a city-owned concert venue with parking. It will be one of a more great asset to our oceanfront and the great array of entertainment we already have. And I'd like to tell you that myself and Mrs. Henley are the first two people to sign up for surf lessons, right? Right, Barbara? For sure. Thank you.
All right. Meanwhile, another major tourism attraction in our backyard, the Virginia Aquarium, is expanding education through nature. We are thrilled to have recently unveiled the South Building. It's a momentous achievement in the community's dedication to marine conservation and education. This expansion offers visitors an immersive experience featuring state-of-the-art exhibits that highlights the diverse aquatic ecosystems. Much of this has been possible because of the steadfast support from a 40-year partnership with the Virginia Aquarium Foundation, who has been steadfastly working with the city.
So when we aren't surfing or visiting the aquarium, many of our young residents are in school. With 86 schools and over 63,000 enrolled students, Virginia Beach City's public schools, under the leadership and vision of the school board, continue to provide first-rate education while receiving awards and reaching milestones. Dr. Donald Robertson was recently chosen to become our city's 19th school superintendent. Dr. Robinson has been with the school system since 1986 and has served in numerous roles over those 36 years. Congratulations, Dr. Robertson. Could you stand up along with School Board Chair Kim Milnick? Thank you. Can't run a city without you.
Our schools continue to receive numerous accolades. 82 schools and centers have earned the Virginia Department of Education's Purple Star dedication because of their continued commitment to meeting the needs of our military families. The most recent designees includes Cox High School, Indian Lakes Elementary, John B. Dyer Elementary, and Birdnick Elementary. Also, during the last school year, more than 1,000 high school students participated in work-based and service learning, working with more than 150 partner organizations, creating an estimated economic impact of over $430,000 in wage hour equivalency. Schools recently collaborated with the Newport News Shipbuilding Yard to create the Apprentice X program. This is just one of more than 1,000 partnerships in place to support students' well-being, real-world experience, as well as their career exploration. Also, for the 14th consecutive year, schools reached a record high on-time graduation rate, which now stands at over 95%. Last year, graduates from our fine schools accepted scholarships totaling more than $62 million. Thank you to our school board, our teachers, and all the school employees who are making such a positive impact in the lives of our youth.
I've always believed that down in my core that Virginia Beach is filled with people who are generous, giving, and who care for each other. But networking in a way that connects everyone can be a difficult challenge. When I began discussing the HOPE initiative, helping our people excel, and helping people get back in 2023, my goal was to reach out to the community and recognize and strengthen those who are committed to making the community and Virginia Beach an even better place to live, work, and play. Our plan was to reach out to all groups in our cities, individuals, community groups, faith-based organizations, and corporate entities. And we are encouraged people to apply to become a champion of hope. I want us to harness that energy and generosity that runs through our city and help fill the need for purposeful connections and work together as one. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted a successful networking meeting with over 100 attendees, with many new connections were made. What was most gratifying was learning about and meeting so many people that were great and caring people in our city who want to give us a hand and help others, people who were making a difference in their communities. Today, I want to recognize someone who has touched the hearts and minds of so many of our youth over the years. He has taught them what it means to be dedicated to a cause, the importance of setting a goal and pursuing it with great fairness and respect for yourself and your opponents, of focusing on doing the best you can in everything that you do, while also doing that so that you can help others. This person has a sterling reputation throughout Hampton Roads and certainly right here in Virginia Beach, and is respected not only for his accomplishments, but for being the great person that he is. The person I want to recognize this year as our champion of hope is none other than former Green Run High School coach, Cadillac Harris. Stand up. A sterling example of the commitment to a community to do great things. Patrick?
This year, our Virginia Beach Parks and Recreation Department was named the 2023 National Gold Medal Award winner for excellence in parks and recreation management by the American Academy for Parks and Recreation Administration in partnership with the National Recreation and Parks Association. This is a highly competitive national competition. The judges praised our Parks and Recreation team for an array of unique initiatives, including at Woodstock Park, our Parks and Recreation Department partnered with the Sanitation District and gathered community input to install a 30,000 square foot state-of-the-art skate park atop a federally required 5.2 million gallon underground wet weather storage facility. The Parks After Dark program began with Parks and Rec collaborating with the Mayor's Youth Violence Task Force, as well as the police department and VB schools to help a community address youth violence in a particular area. This program offered free, family-friendly summer events with live musics, outdoor movies, lawn games, video game tournaments, and local food trucks. They were also recognized for the $68 million stormwater park at the Bow Creek Park, where Parks and Rec became a key partner with our Public Works Department in easing recurrent flooding in a vulnerable area that's home to nearly 4,000 residents. This 100-acre city-owned golf course is being converted to a resilient park designed to contain stormwater during major floods. The park will feature multi-use trails, sports courts, a kayak launch, as well as scenic areas. Congratulations, Parks and Rec, on the prestigious award.
I truly believe the future is here, and I have great faith in what we offer as a city. Together, our city and community leaders are taking action and facing our challenge as an effective collective force. As with all cities, we have challenges ahead of us in the coming years. The needs of our residents are always first and foremost on our City Council's agenda. We've heard from many of the need for additional tax relief. Our job is to ensure that we provide the needed funding to maintain operations and look for ways to support residents navigating the ever-changing economic conditions. While we work to continue to keep Virginia Beach's tax rates the lowest in the region, we must find new revenue streams to support existing services that have increased costs due to inflation, just to maintain what we have now. We have a number of aging buildings, some of them more than 60 years old, that are in need of renovations or replacement. As many of our best employees reach retirement age, we are tasked with replacing them with younger generation and in a much more competitive market, which presents challenges attracting skilled professionals that we want and need. There is a trail ahead of us that we need to navigate to a bright future together. But we can and will go down that trail which unfolds the promise of Virginia Beach and its residents that we have within ourselves. Which is why I want to conclude today by circling back to the Virginia Beach Trail. Virginia Beach City Council recently appropriated almost $3 million of local matching funds to the Virginia Beach Parks and Recreation for the first phase of the trail. This approval unlocked $15 million from the federal government to make safety improvements along the Virginia Beach Trail, the largest such award in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
And I'd like to announce that just this morning we were recently made aware by our state federal delegation that the city received another $15 million award for the Rudy Loop Trail, for the Virginia Beach Trail. As it relates to Phase 1, the funding package for Phase 1 of the trail will provide a 3.2-mile-long shared use path connecting the city's western border with Norfolk and Newtown Road to Constitution Drive in Virginia Beach. Safe crossings will be built at all intersections along the path. Phase 1 includes a pedestrian and bicycle bridge to be built over Independence Boulevard. Once the trail is completed, its 12 miles of shared use path will cross the full width of the city of Virginia Beach, connecting communities, key destinations, and other pathways. The VB Trail will also be the easternmost segment of the 41-mile-long Southampton Road Trail. This project, and many others, leads to a great future for our city and our region.
Let me close by saying this city offers so much, but the greatest resource of the city of Virginia Beach are the people of Virginia Beach. We have been a city that has pulled together whenever needed, and I believe that is why our future holds so much promise. Thank you all very much for all that you do for our city. We are blessed to have you as part of our day today, but we are more blessed to have you part of what brings together so many people to make Virginia Beach the great city, the city that we are. VB strong. Thank you and God bless you.